What's up guys, my name is Ace, and Season 4 Reloaded for Vanguard as well as Warzone has been officially announced now, and it looks like it's coming next week. July 26th for Vanguard is when the update will hit, and then on the 27th this will hit for Warzone. And with this, it's not a major mid-season update, but I still wanted to cover the details of the items that we will be seeing in this. Before we get into that though, just a quick heads up for those that haven't seen, Vanguard is currently free to play and will be for the next week, so if for whatever reason you haven't tried Vanguard out and you want to give it a shot, I guess now's a good time to do that. There's not a whole lot of hype or anything surrounding this game, so I totally understand if you don't, but just wanted to make sure you guys are aware of that. And now let's get into the Warzone side of the Season 4 Reloaded update next week. And the first thing is a new item coming to Warzone. This is the portable redeploy balloon. And this is exactly how it sounds. It's one of those redeploy balloons that you'd find around the map, but you can throw it anywhere you want, and it's a great way to cover a lot of ground very, very quickly in Warzone. However, I should mention there are a few key changes with these portable redeploy balloons compared to the static ones on the map. First up, the portable ones only last for 30 seconds and then they just disappear. Second, they have half the amount of health as the static redeploy balloons, so they're easier for enemy players to destroy. And then finally, they don't extend as far up into the sky as the static versions. So you can still use them to cover a lot of ground quite quickly, you just won't be able to go quite as high as the static balloons. After that, they're also adding the armored SUV with a nitro boost attached to it. So with this, it's a 4-seater, and you'll notice there's also a machine gun mounted on the top of it with really good coverage on it as well, so I'm a little concerned about the potential power of this. And like I said, it does have that nitro boost ability, so I suspect it's got fairly slow movement and handling outside of that boost, and then when you activate the boost, it's going to give you quite a large acceleration boost. As for Rebirth Island, we're going to be seeing a new mode called Rebirth of the Dead, and this essentially just appears to be Zombie Royale, but on Rebirth Island. So it looks like it's going to be a dark nighttime environment, and it's that mode where when you die, you become a zombie, and as a zombie, you have to locate 4 antivirals, which can be found at crates and buy stations. You can also eliminate an operator to earn 2 antivirals per elimination, and you can earn all 4 antivirals instantly if you perform a finishing move as a zombie, and that'll give you an instant revival and you'll be back in the fight as a regular player with a gun. They also mentioned that throughout the match, the infestation meter will fill up as zombies are eliminated, and once it gets filled, all of the spectators in the match will be revived as zombies, which is going to be pretty crazy. And this has definitely piqued my interest. I see myself likely doing a stream on this once it's out, so stay tuned for that. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitch, I will leave a link to that down below. But I did really enjoy Zombie Royale when they first added it with the Haunting of Verdansk way back in the day with Warzone, so I'm definitely interested in checking this out on Rebirth Island. But finally, on the Warzone specific side of things, we're going to be seeing Titanium Trials, which are basically just like Iron Trials from the past. So this is a high skill gap battle royale mode where the maximum base armor threshold will increase to 300 HP. And apparently they're also going to make it so the tempered perk will be appearing much more often in the ground loot. And also players will begin the game with a self-revive kit, and core health regeneration is going to take longer to restore, just like with Iron Trials. On top of this, Titanium Trials will have a new custom-built loot table, and it's going to include exceedingly rare weapons that are a step more powerful than the loadout weapons. On top of that, there's going to be fewer overall resources around the map just to encourage movement and discourage people from just walking around looting constantly. And the cost of loadouts are going to be at a higher price point, and it decreases throughout the duration of the match. So if you're interested in a more competitive version of Warzone, Titanium Trials looks like it's going to be the place to go. So that's the Warzone specific side of things. Now let's cover the new weapon that's coming to Warzone as well as Vanguard. This is going to be the Vargo S, and this is described as being an accurate, high fire rate assault rifle that isn't necessarily the best in the damage department, but it's all about accuracy and fire rate. Additionally, on both sides of the coin, Vanguard as well as Warzone, we are going to have access to the Terminator operators. So we're finally going to have that Terminator operator that many people were hoping to see with the 80s action hero event that we saw last year, where we got to play as John McClane as well as Rambo. Many people were asking for Terminator, and this is the Terminator event. So we have the T-800, which is Arnold's character, as well as the T-1000, and unfortunately, but not surprisingly, these are just going to be bundles in the store, so if you want to play as them, you've got to buy them. There's no way to just earn them by playing the game and completing challenges. And based on what we can see in the blog post at least, it looks like they did a great job. I remember the John McClane bundle last year not really looking too much like Bruce Willis, like it wasn't a great recreation in my opinion. Whereas this, at least based on the blog post images, definitely looks like Arnold, and I'm totally on board with this, even though I don't really see myself buying this because I'm not really interested in bundles, especially since they're not carrying over to Warzone 2. Now finally, let's get into the multiplayer section. We're getting a new map. It's called Desolation. It's a medium-sized multiplayer map. And there you go. That's our multiplayer update. Woohoo. And with that, that's going to wrap it up for today's video covering the Season 4 Reloaded update for Vanguard as well as Warzone. Like I said, not a major update by any means. Obviously, a whole lot more going on the Warzone side of things. And I'm just curious to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What are you guys thinking about the Season 4 Reloaded update based on what you've seen so far? And I'm extra curious to know, will you be interested in buying the Terminator bundles when they come out with this mid-season update? I definitely feel the Arnold operator is going to be very popular, and we're going to see it in a lot of matches. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.